Bang, bang, Southern Fried Gang. Let's do it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, bang, bang, Southern Fried Gang. You guys are my Southern Fried friends. I'm so glad to be here with you this evening. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. Words are hard. I'm glad I got that one right. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. So right now, I am doing the YouTube and the Facebook thing. Facebook, though, this is what I need you to do. I need you to go on to YouTube right now. Search at Southern Fried Sports JD, at symbol Southern Fried Sports JD. Y'all go on there so you can be a part of this conversation that we've got going this evening. Pinsman, Chuck, Brian, they're all over here in the YouTube stream already. So y'all make sure to come join us on the YouTube stream because this is just, I'm just trying to get you over there. All right, Facebook, need you to come over to YouTube, need you to hit subscribe. But listen to what we got coming up. Chase, what's up, my boy? I see you on Facebook. What's up, JD? Y'all check out my boy on YouTube. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that. Y'all heard the man. So listen, this is what we got coming up this evening. I've got a very important question regarding baseball and football. Is it harder to throw a baseball 100, 110 times a game? Or is it harder to throw a football 45, 47 times a game? And there is a reason why I'm asking that question. How about Cam Ward, y'all? Cam Ward quit on his team. Second half. I mean, some people wanted to say he was benched, maybe. I've heard that he quit on his team. I mean, call it what you want to call it. We'll talk about the Cam Ward situation and what you guys are thinking. That's the main thing. I'm just here to ask the questions, all right? Y'all don't take anything I say as fact. Please. I'm just here asking the questions, okay? The difficult, creative questions. I mean, we got to think about these things these days, right? So, what about Cam Ward? How about the ACC being 1-8? Clemson fans, are you ready for Brent Venables to make his way back to Clemson? I got a feeling that a lot of you would take him back yesterday. We'll talk about that. We will also talk about how the NFL will take whatever they want to take. All right, if the NFL wants to take over college football, they could and they will. And that's probably what's going to end up happening. Don't be surprised, folks. You heard it here first on Southern Fried Sports. All right, so Facebook, goodbye to you. I need you to get over. YouTube, at Southern Fried Sports JD. Thank you, Chase, for being here. Y'all be blessed, not stressed. We will see y'all soon. All right, goodbye to Facebook. Time to focus. Time to get mentally focused, as my high school baseball coach used to tell me. Coach McCarthy, man, winner of a couple of state championships down there in Clinton, South Carolina. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me shout out Greenville Sports Media, the Fresh Channel, Pinsman Sports. Don't forget Pinsman Sports. Don't forget Gamecock Chuck, Brian, Rowdy Rooster, Hyundai of Anderson, Arden's Burger and Grill, Pepsi Cola. And guess what, y'all? I've got media credentials coming up. I sent out the picture on Twitter. You can go follow me there at JDWyatt06 on Twitter. Media credentials are incoming, y'all. I will be covering some Furman games, some Greenville Triumph, some Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Who knows? I might pop up at a high school game here and there. And then lo and behold, hopefully in the future, may lead to some bigger things. Also got an article coming out on Greenville Sports Media shouting out some Gamecock football players for this bowl game. And so we'll lead this conversation off right there this evening. Cam Ward in the Pop-Tarts Bowl decided he was going to play in the first half. He was going to go get a record. And then he was going to sit out the second half. And now I'm torn on this because honestly, I could say that I'm shocked that he didn't sit out anyway. I can't say a whole lot about Cam Ward as a Gamecock fan knowing that Rocket Sanders and Kyle Kennard, they're sitting out the bowl game. But when you talk about sitting out the bowl game and you talk about playing a half and then not playing the second half, what were your intentions? Was it only to go get that record that you wanted to go get? Was it, I mean, a lot of these bowl games are like early spring games. I get it. They're very vanilla. Yeah, there's a couple of creative, special teams plays or trick plays here and there because they have, 20 days or so to prepare. So, of course, they don't want to give too much away. But this whole Cam Ward situation, though, I'm torn on it, y'all. What do y'all think? I'll get to some comments here in a minute. So, Cam Ward, if it was the coach that would have sat him out, I would have been perfectly okay with it. If Mario Cristobal said, "Hey, you gave me a half, I'm gonna sit you out the second half. I'm gonna see what I've got." And Emory Williams, who by the way only threw for like 30 yards in the second half, atrocious. And then it came down to the end where Miami had a chance to win this game. Iowa State scored the touchdown, went up 42-41 with 56 seconds left. At that point, I thought for sure Cam Ward was like, no, I'm going back in this game to win this game. Wouldn't that have done so much more for your legacy if you had sat out the second half? Everybody wants to criticize you for sitting out the second half, but with 56 seconds and one timeout, you come out and you lead the offense to the game-winning field goal. Would that not have meant more for your legacy, Cam Ward? In my opinion, it would have. So I've asked this question before, and I've told you guys over and over and over again. Should NFL scouts look at why a player sits out in a bowl game, their ridiculous NIL demands, because that means they're going to command a ridiculous contract in the NFL when it comes down to negotiation? And then also, do you look at why they transferred and how many times they transferred? Because if you don't, NFL, you absolutely should. All right? You absolutely should. All right, and like I said, I told you guys, we got Pinsman, we got Brian, we got Chuck, we got Pinsman. This conversation is fixing to come up in just a moment. Throwing a football harder 45 to 47 times. I might have to disagree with you on that one, but that'll be coming up in just a minute. Let me see if I can find a Cam Ward comment. Yep, Gamecock Chuck. He got the record and then quit. I mean, it just so happened to be that it was the end of the first half, I think, or shortly thereafter when he got the record. But then, yeah, we didn't see him in the second half. I thought the dude got hurt. I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, he played in the bowl game and got hurt, which Robert Griffin III, he made a great point about that as well. He said the same people criticizing him for sitting out in the second half would be the same ones calling him stupid for playing in the first place. And that's a fair point. That is a fair point. But if you're going to opt out of the game, just opt out of the game, like Kyle Kennard and Rocket Sanders. And then again, like I said, I'm biased. It's hard for me to criticize a dude when I've got two players sitting out. But at least they're sitting out the whole game. And then Gamecock Chuck, yep, ACC getting ready to be 1-9 in bowl games. I got that one coming up in a minute. NC State is about to lose. I know they had came back. I haven't checked the score. It was 21-20. Gamecock Chuck last time I saw it. Hey, Michelle. Hey, sis. Love you. Mean it. Hope you're feeling better. Merry belated Christmas. We will see you guys very soon. We got Pinsman. He hit the like button. And if you're listening right now, so should you. Please, by all means, hit that like button. We are up to 7 viewers. We got Brian talking to Pinsman. It went well. Pinsman got a great show as well. Gamecock Chuck. A fight broke out in the East Carolina NC State game. Ref is bleeding. Oh no. Breaking news here on Southern Fried Sports. We've got a ref bleeding in the NC State East Carolina game. Matt Kraft, he has lots to say. I tell you what, Matt Crab. Let me get through the show. I will open it up to you at the end, Matt Crab, because I know you're a Miami fan, and he is a Cam Ward, of course. Of course, he's a Cam Ward fan because he plays for Miami. So, Matt Crab, you've got much to say. You hang in there, all right, buddy? You comment, you like, you follow, you share. I will shoot you the link here. Let me get through the show, though, and then we'll come back to you, okay? You can get out whatever you want to get out, Mattcraft. I will give you the floor. And then, of course, we've just got many more other comments coming in over here. Roll Tide. Listen, y'all come join the conversation. Y'all can talk about whatever you want to talk about over there. Like I said, we were talking about Cam Ward. Miami ended up losing the bowl game, the ACC, 1-8. Speaking of the ACC, that was the question I mentioned earlier on Facebook. Do you guys think it's harder to throw a baseball 110 times a game every 5 days? Or do you think it's harder to throw a football 47 times a game every 7 days? And Pensman, I think he already commented, he said he thinks it's harder to throw the football. And to me, I would absolutely have to disagree. As a baseball player, as a former pitcher, no less. I think better with my baseball. So, to me, I could go out and I could throw the football all day long. Even as I got older and played a flag football league. I played quarterback. I still never had arm pains like I did throwing a baseball. All the torque, all the spin. The football, you almost throw it the same every time, with the occasional dropping your arm angle or, tossing it or handing it off even, whatever. You got all these different angles and stuff. But for a pitcher, everything comes to right here in the elbow or right here in the elbow. And so to me, throwing a baseball that many more times, I know, and I even thought about it. Like I thought long and hard about it, y'all. The football thing, it's heavier, right? It's heavier than a baseball. A football is. It's bigger. But it's more about the way you throw it. You don't put all of this excruciating tension on your elbow like you do when you throw a baseball. And so to me, I think it's harder. But the reason I mentioned that, y'all, is Syracuse. The only ACC team, by the way, so far to win a bowl game or a playoff game. Clemson, SMU, talking to you guys. But the only ACC team to win so far in the postseason is Syracuse, with their 10th win for the first time ever in history. Congratulations, Fran Brown. Congratulations, Kyle McCord. But that is why I asked that question, y'all. Kyle McCord averages throwing the ball 47 times a game. That's ridiculous. That's even more than Texas Tech, y'all. And they're known as the air raid team. Okay? It's ridiculous to think that this guy's thrown 47 times. And then not only that, what if he averaged 4 sacks a game? No, they didn't count as pass attempts, but you could say that he went back to throw the ball 51 times that day. And so that number might be a little diluted. And so that to me, though, that's wild. To me, I'd rather be in the 65-35 range. 65%, 35%. I'd rather throw the ball like 35 times a game. Run it maybe 25 times a game. Give me somewhere in that range. I want to be way more balanced. Because if you get somebody like South Carolina with a great rush defense, and they know you're going to drop back to pass 47 times a game, you're going to get cooked. You're going to get straight fried. Just like right here on Southern Fried Sports. We got the conversation continuing over here. 8 players were ejected from that NC State ECU game. Wow. We got Johnny Doughton. Throwing a baseball is the most taxing on the body in all of sports, in my opinion. Not only that, you don't have like a windup when you're a quarterback. I mean, if you had a windup as a quarterback, you're getting sacked, period. So that, to me, that's another reason why, though, why you just can't drop back that many times and throw it that many times a game. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The NC State loss takes the ACC to 1-9 so far in postseason play. I would just much rather have a balanced offense. I mean, I remember my high school, y'all, Clinton. They threw the ball 5 times a game, and they would run it 40. They didn't care. They was going to line up and try to run it at you, and it didn't matter. Rowdy Roosters, Woodruff Wolverines, they'll do the same thing to you. Navy did it to Oklahoma. Navy beat Oklahoma, which leads us into our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Did y'all see that segue? Ooh, that was nice. How about Clemson fans? I know y'all are ready to get rid of Wes Goodwin. So are y'all ready for Brent Venables to get fired from Oklahoma so he can come back to Clemson and be y'all's defensive coordinator yet? Y'all ready for all that? I already know there's some Clemson fans that absolutely want Wes Goodwin fired. And somebody posted this too. I posted this earlier on X, and I asked that question. I said, could Brent Venables possibly come back to Clemson, essentially? Clemson fan said he didn't see it happening. But I brought up this point. That point being, we've seen Sean Elliott, we've seen Chip Kelly, we've seen numerous head coaches leave their position to go get a coordinator or assistant coaching role somewhere else. Brent Venables has one more year like that. He'll be the next one. He'll be the next one to leave that head coaching position. No, he may not go back to Clemson, Rowdy Rooster. He might not. But if I'm not hiring him as a head coach. To me, he reeks of Will Muschamp. Great coordinator, great defensive mind. But Dabo's assistants haven't ever really been that successful. Not like Nick Saban's. Not like Dan Lanning, Kirby Smart, Steve Sarkisian, Lane Kiffin. Go ahead, I'll wait. Y'all name any Dabo assistant that's ever left him and been successful. Cricket, because there ain't none. There aren't any. There's never been a successful assistant leave Dabo and go be successful somewhere else. It hasn't happened. Just stating facts. So if I'm Clemson, though, I'm calling Brent, man. Hey, just resign, bro. Just resign. Come on back to Clemson. Because I know that's what Clemson wants. Rowdy says that Brent will not go back to that dumpster fire. Yeah, Pensman, I see you there. Bengals won in overtime. I'll come up to the NFL here in just a moment, and then I got to shoot Madcraft a link so he can come vent here in a minute. Let's see what we got. New York Giants, laugh out loud. Hey, that looks like where Shador is going. He had on those cleats earlier. 1-9 now, Rowdy. 1-9 now. If the rumor is true, according to Brian of Tiger Stripes Media, Goodwin is heading to Oklahoma. And then, yeah, I'm right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm right about the Dabo assistants. None of them have ever been successful anywhere. Name one. Like I said, I'll be waiting. All right, y'all. So let's see here. What else we got? I talked about the ACC. Brent Venables, man, yeah, he's just had way too many offensive coordinators, way too many quarterbacks. And like I said, he reeks of Will Muschamp. Yep. We all know Will Muschamp. Got offensive linemen blocking one another. Never had a decent offense, even with tons of individual talent all over the field. Couldn't do anything with it. Seems about the same as Brent Venables at Oklahoma. All right. So, y'all, I got to send Mattcraft a link so he can come vent in a minute. We've got one more topic that I want to go over. That will be the NFL. Y'all do me one favor. Y'all hang tight for 30 seconds. We'll be right back. All right, my bad, y'all. Y'all heard those sizzling noises, though. That means it's time to finish getting fried this evening. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Hope you have blessed holidays, Rowdy Rooster. Hope you feel better, my friend. I know you said you had a fever. Y'all got a few other comments in. Brian, let's see. Clemson paying $2 million. Venables' biggest issue. O-line, worst I've ever seen. That sizzle sounds nice on the break. Music. Deep fry, baby. You said it, my friend. Time to get southern fried the rest of the way. We've got everything slightly cooked. Now it's time to get fully cooked. And how about the NFL? I'm not the biggest NFL fan in the world, y'all. I'm really not. I would much prefer college football. However, if the NFL wants it, they gonna take it, bro. Period. If the NFL wants it, they're gonna take it. LeBron the other day, he tried to shout out the NFL, say, the NBA is for Christmas Day. Christmas is for the NBA. Wrong. 64 million viewers on Netflix say otherwise, LeBron. When's the last time y'all saw 64 million viewers in a year, maybe? I know that's a little bit exaggeratory, but the point remains. The NBA ratings are in the tank. So what makes you think, LeBron, that the NFL won't come take over Christmas Day? They just did. They said, oh, yeah, college football, we'll take Thursday. Snatch. Jerked it right out their mouth. Gone. There has never been an important game on college football Thursday since the NFL started playing. The Gamecocks used to open up every year on Thursday. Not since the NFL came in. The NFL wants it, they take it. Next thing, it'll be New Year's. They'll be playing on Wednesday, New Year's next year. If that ends up being the case, I think next year might be a Tuesday or whatever. Or a Thursday, who knows? I don't keep up with calendars like that. But the NBA, y'all are in the tank. Your ratings are in the tank. Everybody wants to play the blame game. Oh, well, it's the three-pointers. Oh, well, it's the flopping. Oh, well, it's this. It's that y'all aren't marketing your young players. And then one of your best young players, Zion Williamson, has been hurt over 50% of his career. Joel Embiid, hurt over 50% of his career. You've got load management. You're getting paid millions of dollars. Get your butt out there. Play the game. Probably the same case with Cam Ward. Getting paid millions of dollars. Play the game. Play the game. Be competitive. Have a heart. Have a soul. Have some loyalty. Have some dignity. Any one of those things would win back over fans for the NBA. But they can't do it. And so, yeah, like I said, the NFL, though, blew away people. Even with a 31-2 win, the Ravens over the Texans. 31-2. And then last night, Thursday Night Football. Did y'all see the baseball game last night? 6-3 Seahawks and Bears. Not a touchdown scored. The Rams and the I don't even remember who it was now. The Rams and somebody just did it the other day. No touchdowns scored. That's absurd. And so I know Matt Kraft, he said he had tons to say. I sent him over a link. Let's check in on what you guys are saying. Hey, Big JD, Little JD, Mid JD, whatever you want to call you, Doten. Welcome anytime, brother. Welcome anytime to come on chat. Yeah. Hey, how about the Chargers? That was one team I was going to mention. Smoked the Patriots today to clinch a playoff berth. Trust me, I don't want to see Harbaugh in the playoffs. Y'all know that man cheats. Y'all know that man cheats. You do not want to see the Chargers in the playoffs. Oh, man. Southern Fried Sports. Southern Fried Gentlemen. Jay Dizzle, JD Wyatt. Thank y'all for being here. Pensman Sports. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was a waste of time. That was a waste of time, just like that Seahawks and Bears game last night. Nailed that one. Good comp. Rowdy says, I didn't know until this year that the NBA played on TV during Christmas. Football will always be the number one American sport. Can't argue there. Gamecock Chuck, NBA sucks. Agreed. Amen. Load management. It's a crock, right? Imagine spending hundreds. Take your kids to an NBA game to find out their favorite player needs a break and won't be playing. What a joke, says Rowdy Rooster. I'm glad you mentioned that. That was one of the best things that Kobe Bryant ever said about why he will not sit out a game. He said, imagine a kid coming to watch me play for the first time. And he told this to Vanessa Bryant, his wife. He said, imagine a kid coming to watch me play for the first time. And I decided to sit out of the game. Same thing Demetrius Knight said, which, by the way, I mentioned that article earlier. I've got an article coming out on greenvillesportsmedia.com. Make sure to stay tuned. I will share out a link for that. But it's basically finish what you start. Have a little dignity. Have a little gumption. Don't play half a game like Cam Ward. Get a record and then sit out. If the coach benched him, that's fine. But, I mean, that's just wildness to me. And then, like I said, we see it in the NBA with players sitting out games. Baseball, I mean, granted, it's not that extreme. But you don't see baseball players typically sitting out for a load management reason. I mean, you really don't. I mean, if I'm missing somebody, maybe. I mean, yeah, pitchers, I guess you could say are on load management because they might skip a start or something here and there. That would be fair. That would be all right. But even then, though, the stars of the team are playing 162 games. They're playing as many as they can. Maybe with an off day here or there, but hey, everybody deserves a day off. No days off. No days off. No, take your days off, man. If you got vacation time, you got sick time, you got whatever time, use it. Take some me time now and then. All right, and so, yeah, I'm babbling now, though. as I'm trying to buy Madcraft some time. I told him to jump on up in here, so he should be coming soon. Meanwhile, what do you guys want to talk about? Send me a question. Any other bowl games? How about Texas A&M, USC last night? Wow. And then somebody posted, y'all listen to this, a USC, a University of Southern California fan, posted if they played in the SEC, they would be ranked at 6-6. It's the goofiest thing I've ever heard. You're in the Big Ten. If you were going to be ranked, the Big Ten this year has outweighed the SEC based on the playoffs. So if you were going to be ranked, you got a better shot doing it in the Big Ten. You dork. Some of these takes people come up with, man, it's wild. I guess Madcraft thought this was going to be like an hour show this evening, maybe. I don't know what's going on. But I'm reaching back out to him because if he don't show up here in a minute, we might just have to revisit Madcraft. Gamecock Chuck says, hey, I'm taking all next week off. I don't blame you. Happy New Year, everybody. And then here, before we even get to the end of the show, how about I just go back and I shout out GreenvilleSportsMedia.com, Pinsman, Chuck, Mark, Rowdy Rooster, Brian, Doughton, Michelle, all of you lovely people. Hope y'all have a fantastic new year. I know those of you who are sick, I hope you feel better. Don't forget, Hyundai of Anderson, Arden's Burger and Grill, 10 wings, fries, and a sweet tea for $10.99 on Wednesday. Pepsi Cola, and then like I told you guys, I've got media credentials coming. All of that fun jazz. All right, so listen, I'm going to have to shut it down, though. Madcraft, I might have to get him back on here and let him vent at a later time. As for now, y'all be blessed, not stressed. Just be kind to one another, dang it. And we will see y'all Monday. Bang, bang.